Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have another thread with some dev replies, and this one's going to be talking about executions, and this person put up a poll saying, should the AI be allowed to execute non-player heroes? So pretty much, should the AI get the option that also executes? I'm pretty sure they do execute the player if they really hate the player, but I don't think they execute other AI. So there's no AI on AI executions. So he starts out by saying, throughout my numerous playtime, I have never found the execution mechanic helpful. 1,000 to your honor, followed by massive relationship penalties with nearly all clans. So here's the problem with executions right now. So the relationship penalties, they're really all out of whack for, I don't know for what reason really. But what happens is you get, I think it's either 5 or 6 different leaders or clans. You will get negative relationships, but it literally is random. I don't know why it's still random. I don't know why it's not assigned or why it doesn't have some variance based on like relationships between the person being executed and like their family. Like those guys should be definitely affected. Relationship with like really close friends, those relations should be affected. But for right now, it's literally just 5 or 6 random clans, which I think is not a good system at all, and it should be fixed. I haven't seen any fixes to it. I remember reading the devs talking about about it being random, but then I never read anything about any like fixes afterwards. So I don't know. I think it's not that good, and I do understand it really. The only mechanic it has is literally just let me try it once real quick. You know what I mean? Or let me try to wipe everybody out. But if you want to have like a serious game, like a game that you go through over time. Executing a lot of people in the beginning, you will just ruin your relationship with like everybody in the world. So I do agree. So I do kind of, I do agree with it. The price is extremely steep for removing one lord from the game outside of battle, which has no penalties incurred. True. And then he has some ideas. All right, so let's see the ideas. Take lord's traits into equation. If the lord is dishonorable, devious, or otherwise contemptible individual, then executing should reward honor. Interesting. Okay. If the lord is honorable, then obviously it should decrease your honor. That makes sense. Then executing mercenaries should not reduce honor. I disagree. I think regardless, executing, it kind of plays the same role. I don't agree with this one, but I guess it kind of makes sense for gameplay wise. Then crimes fit the punishment. If the lord executed has committed various acts of violence against your kingdom while the war is ongoing, okay, like raiding and all that, you should be able to execute a justified execution against them, regardless of their personality, if they committed a large amount of these actions. Yeah, I don't know how that exactly would be kind of like counted. I do agree. I've talked about previously that, let's say, for example, a town rebels, right, from your kingdom, and then they become an official clan of a different kingdom, and what's it called? And while you guys are at war, since they were previously rebelled from your kingdom, if you execute them, people will justifiably know why that happened because they betrayed you in a way. So you wouldn't have that much of a relationship loss because people would be like, I get why that happened. You know what I mean? Because they kind of betrayed you, so in a way it's justified, you know what I mean? But that's kind of like the only situation I kind of see it. This is kind of like, yeah, but also, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I just don't know exactly how you would calculate it. How much rating would actually make that happen? Maybe what should be done is pretty much the AI, the other lord's traits, should kind of, how can I explain it? Should kind of justify it. So like if you execute a lord that's like hated and like a lord that's like cruel and stuff like that, then no one's going to be upset about it. But if you like, let's say you execute someone who has a lot of honor, who's a very honorable player, or honorable lord, then you should, what's it called? It won't be as justified. Oh, what else we got? We got the dev response. The dev states, the current consequences are based on the following. Is the executed noble dishonorable? Reduces penalties, no honor loss. Oh, so that's already in the game. Okay. Penalty with the clan members of executed noble. Penalty with the kingdom members of executed noble. And penalty with friends of the executed noble. That's interesting. So I guess maybe it was changed. I never really saw it in the patch notes, but maybe it was really snuck in there. But if that is how it works, then okay, that's fair enough. The kind of the friends thing is kind of hard because listen, sometimes some of the lords are friends with so many people, like they have good relations with so many people, and like it's a huge list. You know, if you go into their like lord encyclopedia page, you can see like their friends list is huge, and that's pretty much why it's such a hard thing to do. And trying to find a lord that isn't friends with a lot of people is also kind of hard. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them who are friends with a lot of different lords. But okay. Then we have a player response, a couple player responses, and dev responses. So the player states, "Thank you for replying. It is very much appreciated. Are there any plans to include AI on AI and AI on player executions?" Okay. Dev says it's not part of our current priorities. However, we are looking into introducing AI versus AI hero battle death. Yeah. So pretty much, right now, if you didn't know, deaths in battle can only happen if the player is involved in that battle. So what I mean by that is if the player gets attacked or if the player attacks, then in those battles, death is enabled if you have it enabled during your playthrough. But if it's AI on AI and the player doesn't come in at any point, then deaths are disabled. This is done for balancing, and they tried it out, and pretty much what happened is a lot of lords died really quick, and that was a big problem. So they decided not to do it for the AI versus AI battles, but they are thinking about reintroducing that kind of with a lot lower percentage and seeing how that works, which I'm not opposed to. Either if they keep it or they don't keep it, I don't know. I think it's okay. Then we have another person saying, "I asked you a few times, but for some reason my question was left unanswered. Is it true that we may see enabled AI versus AI death very soon? Like in 1.6.1 and 1.6.2, it's not secret info." Yeah, he just shared it right here. Yeah, they're planning on introducing it back. There you go. And he says that it might be part of 1.6, 1.6.1 or 1.6.2, or it might be a little bit later than that, which it is what it is, you know? But there you go. We have, some news. Well, not really news. We already knew this was coming, but for some people it might be news. I like seeing stuff like this, kind of to know certain things. I'm going to save this page, and I'm going to make a little one of my. I've been writing down a lot of these like different. I made like the little facts videos. I would say like it's been a couple months now. I'm gonna make a lot more of those very soon. I have a huge list to go through where I have to capture a lot of gameplay and just make those little quick 1 to 2 minute videos just talking about a random fact about Bannerlord. You guys did enjoy it. It was a little bit different content, and those are coming back very, very soon. That's going to do it for me. Ask me any questions and concerns, and like always, stay safe.